Hi everyone, this is editor mode Flo here, and a few things before we start this video. We're gonna be using a lot of colors to identify and categorize people. Categorize with quotation marks. So if you have troubles following along while watching the video, make sure to check out the description. I've put all the necessary information needed so that you aren't lost when I talk about everything related to this video. Also, there is a graph at the end, and if you want to have a bigger view or version of said graph, I will also be linking it in the description so that you can, well, download it for yourself. I will also be sharing it in my Discord server, everything, so don't worry, you'll find it. Anyways, that's all for the disclaimers. No trigger warnings for once. So I'll let you watch the video, okay? See ya! Almost 3 years ago, back when I wasn't that big of a channel, I made a video based on the 50 most viewed gacha channels and what got them globally those views. I didn't have the greatest tools at the time, so I used different color codes and 2 timestamps, which led to something like this, making it easy to see which type of content was either popular or appreciated by the community. However, years went by and it's hard now to rely on views only, as they have a really hazardous effect on the channel. So for today's video, instead of views, we will look at the 50 most subscribed channels and the main type of content that got them to where they are today. And we will be using graphs to show the overall evolution. And who knows, predict what's going to be popular in the next few years. Hello everyone, Flo here, and I would like to thank Gacha Ranker for providing us the information we will use for this video. You should definitely check out his channel if you want to keep yourself updated on numbers made by the Gacha community. His channel will be in the description. Now that that's out of the way, let's get right into it. Starting in the early days of 2022. Although YouTube Shorts were created 2 years prior, it was only starting this specific year that YouTube massively promoted them across the globe. So we will see some appearances as we advance through time. But for now, 2022 really shows the last remnants of its golden age, with a massive amount of story-related channels, either movies, series, and their respective dubs, along with music videos. Dedicated gacha animations channels were still going strong, with 1 out of 5 being in the top 50. 2022 was also the beginning of rising relatable channels, mostly focusing on the shoulder classic form of content, with a touch of humor, and Gacha Trendsetters, borrowing from gacha memes without necessarily focusing on tweening, but editing and art. When it comes to fandoms, My Hero Academia and FNAF content really stood out the most in gacha channels. To end this section, an honorary mention for Beowulf being the only VTuber/commentary type channel to reach the top 50. To summarize the pre-2022 era, the Gacha community was really into movies and animations, yet were not against newer and simpler formats, with a few exceptions making the chart. From there, a few disclaimers. Some Gachatubers over the years switched their types of content to adapt to the current trends and formats, stay relevant, or simply wanted to try something new. So don't be surprised if new faces emerges or old faces disappear or switch teams, as some who used to be on top either didn't manage to keep their top slot, or have made the decisions to go on indefinite hiatus or simply quit the Gacha community. A year passed as we are entering 2023. And already we can witness some massive changes. Many of the top 50 have changed their primary type of content, mostly towards making movies or series. But while the old ones are slowly losing ground and influence over the gacha community, those who managed to combine art and movies still manage to climb the ranks. YouTube Shorts are increasingly being used and open the doors to many new rising stars, replicating the recipe of Gacha Trendsetters or innovating into relatable and or humorous skits. We don't see full twinning yet. Relatable and fandom Gachatubers, and do not forget Beowulf, managed to keep their boat afloat without drastic changes, adapting themselves to new information, content, and fandoms to explore. However, the gacha animation community is definitely taking a hit, either quitting or losing relevancy. Only those who already had good numbers from the past years held on tight. 2022 really was a year of instability, and any type of video could become popular if lucky and kick off a career, but it really required a lot of presence and activity to keep up with the increasing popularity of YouTube Shorts and the already stocked competition. Mid-2023, not mid as if like average, but mid as if middle, Gacha Shorttubers started to be more and more popular, with some having overnight growth on their channel by actively posting short videos, which movie series makers simply can't keep up. It is also about saying goodbye to most Gacha Animations channels, which also can't keep up with providing quality content in such a short amount of time. It's either letting the channel, already big, decay, or betting on that one single video that will keep them alive for a little while longer. Fandoms are kept in the middle, being not much prioritized, yet still being enjoyable as new fandoms emerge. This is, to say the least, the calm before the storm. Gacha Shorttubers are coming. In 6 months, Gacha had an entire renaissance. Gacha Live 2 released, Gacha Club mods were booming, and yet, as we enter 2024, the future of Gacha was no longer in movies, but in Gacha trends and tweening, mostly via YouTube Shorts. It wasn't considered a lifetime achievement to reach 1 million subscribers, hence the competition became more ferocious. The quality, whether in art or editing, were off the charts. People started leaning towards favoring them, going back to the Gacha animation roots over the classic Gacha trends. In the span of 6 months, Gacha Shorttubers became the #1 force, being able to clash with movies and series in the Gacha community, a first for the top 50, which didn't satisfy a good part of the community in its beginnings. Many controversies regarding either tracing, abuse of power, plagiarism, or laziness will be thrown at the new generation. While some repented and tried to adapt themselves to the criticisms, others continued without being bothered by said criticism. It was to a point where Gacha renters, a small sub-community about criticism related to the Gacha community, were not taken seriously, or at least a good chunk of them. 2023 as a whole was the year for Gacha Shorttubers, as the Gacha community entered a new era. And here we are today, with the top 50 clearly representing that the Gacha Shorttubers have taken over, with either dedicated Shorttubers or part-timers, marking officially the lost interest for Gacha movies by the community. Gacha animators are slowly coming back, but with either the need to stand out or rely on shorts. To represent the evolution starting in 2022, here is a graph of my making summarizing perfectly that evolution. So you might have wondered throughout this video, why didn't I call the Gacha Shorttubers Gachatubers, since we're on the same platform? Well, same platform, yes, but same algorithm? Not really. I've already mentioned it in previous videos on the matter, but to put it in a few lines, YouTube Shorts doesn't ask the viewers to click on the most attractive thumbnails, but relies on the feed very similar to TikTok. Video formats and length are restricted for each, and monetization also has different requirements depending on what format you post on YouTube. For years, we tried to put everyone together in the same bag, when in reality, classic videos and shorts on YouTube are very different from one another. But that doesn't mean we need to disregard Gachatubers and Gacha Shorttubers completely, or treat the other side as inferior creators. Instead, we need to adapt when reporting or talking about our content creators, accurately measure their numbers, etc. We share the same platform, hence we should work together to improve our community instead of hating one another. That'll be all for today's video. I hope that you learned something, and have a nice day or night, everyone. Bye!